chosen before Israel was became a nation. He chose Abraham and from Abraham became a whole nation. It was Israel. So God chooses one, two, and he continues. But if that's his plan, I don't know. That's his way. I can't understand. But
do you really think that if God wanted to have a message for everyone,
yes,
he would actually specifically say that this message is only for the Lordship of Israel? You're saying that is only for 3 years. Okay, what happens? Imagine this. For 3
he said not his message.
No, hear me out. Hear the point. No, he says, I have not come. Yeah, I've not come except for the Lordship of Israel. That's come for what? Come for what? For preaching.
Does he say about his message? That's just
No.
for his
He came.
No,
What does it mean? I have not come except for the. What does it mean? Come in what?
Sorry.
To give them food? To give them water? No. To give them the spiritual food, which is basically the teaching of God.
And then he sent his disciples to go everywhere.
So that contradicts it then. Jesus at one point said, I have not come except for the Lordship of Israel. And what do you mean? Now imagine if that is what his initial preaching was. Imagine all those people who died in that time. Yes? Imagine the people who died during the time when he was preaching that his message was only for the Israelites, for the Lordship of Israel. Yes? Yeah. But what I'm saying is that if that was the reason, then it's not universal. From the very beginning, Jesus has said that this message is for not even the whole of Israelites, it's for the Lordship of Israel.
Look, it's difficult for me to explain that in English because my English is not well, but when God chooses Israel from the beginning on, not just after Jesus went back.
What do you mean by choosing? Why did God choose a particular nation?
Because that's his way how he works, he chooses.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of being... I mean, you basically are distinguishing between a race and another race. You know, like, it's not fair of God to only choose a certain people for salvation and leave the others aside. He hasn't. So what does Jesus mean by that? Who tried to write a story? What do you mean, right?
God wanted to reveal himself to the people of Israel.
Why only Israel? That's the question.
Well, that was the beginning. Then it went on.
No, but
and then he
hold on, what do you mean beginning? That was for 4,000 years.
Yeah, and
It's not a small period.
no, it's not a small period.
So why is God basically focusing on one race for 4 millennia?
Can you explain to me how Allah is?
No, now you're going to...
No, it's a question.
I know it's a question, but your question is a different way or a different topic to what I'm asking.
No, it's not. I just asked you a question. Now, can you answer that question?
Okay, my answer to that would be, Allah, I know Allah from what He has revealed to me. Nothing more,
I know the same.
nothing more, nothing less. Okay, but why didn't you answer that way?
Why would I know what God has in mind?
It's not about what God had in mind. It's about God being... Look, if you believe that God
This
is...
is clear what how God is. He showed himself.
No, hear me out.
how he is.
If you believe that God is someone who is just with everyone, yes, then He should actually give the same opportunity
And he does.
to all the races. Not a special opportunity to the Jewish race and a different. For example, when Jesus... Okay, you explain to me this. You know, I've asked you this several times. Explain to me what Jesus meant when He said, I have not come except for the Lordship of Israel. What did He mean by it?
And then I explained to you as well that it was for that time that he was sent to the Jews.
Did He say that? Did He say that somewhere in the Bible?
Reveal himself to the Jews. So the Jews were the first one to see him as the Savior of the world. But
Where in the Bible?
But then he sent his disciples that everybody would hear about this message and that everybody could be saved.
You have gone to the disciples when I was asking about Jesus Himself.
Yes, but
when Jesus, look, when Jesus Himself says, I have not come except for the Lordship of Israel, where in that passage does He say this is only for this time? This is your understanding.
No, but listen, when you read the Bible, as you read the Quran.
Why do you keep going to the Quran when we're talking about the Bible?
Now listen.
Go to the whole passage, the context. The Samaritan woman comes. Matthew 15:24. Matthew 15:24.
If you open Matthew 15:24, calm down. There's no need to get agitated.
I'm not agitated.
Matthew 15:24. Let's read what it says. Show me in that passage where Jesus says this is only for this time.
Okay, when you read the Quran, do you just take one
I don't.
surah out and you read it?
Context.
I look at the context.
Oh, well done.
Read the context.
Read the context in that.
Read the context, but we read the whole context.
Yeah, read the context and you show me Matthew 15:24.
The whole world.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Show me in that passage where it says that this is only for this
John
time.
15 verse.
No, no.
Matthew.
Matthew 15,
Yeah.
verse 24.
Right. It's the story of the Samaritan
Verse
woman.
24. Let's read the whole story.
Yes.
Read the whole
Let's
story, no
start
problem.
the story about the
You have to
Samaritan
show me.
woman.
Don't feel comfortable when you film me.
That's fine.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay.
A very good Muslim.
Leaving that place, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. The Canaanite women from that victory came to him, crying out, Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is
Can you hear something? Can you hear nothing? Oh, please, please. Without any commentary.
and suffering terribly. Jesus did not answer a word. So his disciples came to him and urged him, send her away, for she keeps crying out after us. He answered, I will send only to the lost sheep of Israel. Yeah, I know that. It's not the first time that I read this.
Show me in the passage where it says this is only for
So,
this time.
what is the context of the whole story?
Telling me to come down.
The woman came and knelt before him. Lord, help me, she said. He replied, it's not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs.
What does it mean?
Yes, it's Lord, she said. Even the dogs eat the crumbs and fall from their master's table.
That's good. Okay. Now you tell me, what did Jesus mean when he says, the bread of the children I do not pass to the dogs? Who are the children and who are the dogs here?
Dogs for the Gentiles?
Sorry, who are the dogs?
Gentiles.
Are you agreeing with that? Why would the Gentiles?
But
Why are the Gentiles?
that's not a
Hold
problem.
on. Imagine the scenario. You are a mother and you have a child.
Yes.
You're desperately in need to save her life. Yes? This is the time when she's so desperate that she would do anything. She would even lick his feet if he told her to. But the thing is, at this point, yes, Jesus calls her what? A dog. Can you imagine that? No, he did? So when Jesus says, I do not cause the bread of the children, who are the children here?
That's like a story, a gleichnis, a metaphor.
Yeah, but the metaphor has a meaning, right?
It has a meaning, but
meaning-
he didn't say you're a dog.
No, wait. What is the meaning of calling someone a dog in a metaphor? You tell me.
The meaning is that it is a metaphor. It's
Yeah,
not,
no, but I know that term is called a metaphor, but what is the content of the metaphor when he says, I do not cause the bread of the children? Who are the children here?
the children are the Jews at this moment.
Thank you very much.
But Jesus, as I said
Oh,
to
no,
you
no,
before,
I haven't finished yet.
Uh-huh.
And I do not cause the bread of the children to the dogs. What is the bread here? What is the bread mean?
the bread is the message of Jesus.
Thank you very much. So the message is for the children of Israel. Yeah, the Bani Israel. And the dogs are
The Gentiles.
everyone else. Yes? Wait a minute. Can you you both are women, yeah? Imagine you are in desperate need to save your children. Yes?
Yes.
A mother is very attached to the child. Yes, so is the father, but the mother's love for the child and the responsibility and also basically the immense passion the mother has for the child is basically unfathomed. Now imagine you're on your knees begging someone to help you, and somebody comes and tells you, I do not help you. Wait, I do not. Of course he helps her, but after insulting her, you insult someone by calling them a dog, and then when the woman says, even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from master's table. You know what she's doing? She's humbling herself to a level of a dog. She's ridiculing herself, basically. Not even humbling. And only then Jesus helps her after she's.
Can I just make a clarification?
You tell me what dog means.
Okay, that's fine. Let's not go into the issues of metaphorical language, dogs and not. But the context about Jesus giving his message to this Canaanite woman. So the story is like this. A Canaanite woman comes along with him. And he comes to Jesus Christ knowing that there's a man going around, healing people. She's heard of it. She's come along with the hope that she's going to get her daughter healed. So she comes to her, to Jesus Christ, who was sitting or doing something with his disciples. What does he do? The first thing, he ignores her. Even though, excuse me, it's not about knowing this, do you understand it? Let me tell you what I understand it and tell me where am I wrong in my understanding. That's the way I can learn better. So she comes along and she's pleading, calling master or rabbi, heal my daughter. He heard her, but he's not doing anything. He ignores her. He doesn't want to help her. She keeps on bringing, pleading. The first step is, if you are sent to whole of humankind, because you are the savior of the whole of humankind, you do not ignore anyone. whether they're Jew or a Gentile. The information we've seen, the first reaction of Jesus Christ is, he is ignoring him. But what's happening is, this woman, poor woman, as he described, wants to get her daughter healed. She keeps begging Jesus, persists on doing that. On this persistence, the disciples, if you read it, gets agitated. Oh Jesus, oh Master, do something, say something, right? Do something, say something to her, because she keeps nagging out, can you do that? At that point, Jesus responds. So what was his response? Let's read it. We read statement by statement. No, we would like to read it again to understand what's happening here. It's not about what you've read, what you've been told, but what is being implied. Let's read it once more.
The context.
What did Jesus reply? So now Jesus is showing a reply to this woman. What did he say?
He said that.
Let's read.
He answered, I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. But you
can I have a look? Sorry. Can I just have a look? Can I just confirm that? Because I just want to. Where is it exactly? 15.
Here.
Okay. So
no, I'm not.
Don't film her. She's already requested not to.
No, but I am not. I'm filming the book.
We'll have to acknowledge that. So he answered now. So his answer was, I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. So she comes along, knowing she's not an Israelite. She knows in Israelite, someone has come along, he's healing people. So he says, I have only been sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Every Israelites, the good ones or the lost ones. Christians don't think on this passage. Did you realize that? He did not come for all the Israelites. He did not come for the good ones. The ones, hang on, what is a lost sheep of the house of Israel? And those who do, are they lost? No. The ones who follow the Torah, they are not the lost ones. The lost sheep, in a herd of the sheep, the lost ones are the ones that went astray. Not everyone. Jesus never said to everyone that all of you are astray. Right? There are certain elements. So he only came to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Important distinction to make. Christians don't think about this. So the good people, the followers of the Torah, they're okay. He didn't come for them. Why did he say he came for the lost of the house of Israel? Because that was his mission. Because he didn't come for the good ones as for the Samaritan or the Canaanite woman. If his mission was universal, because he himself is God, as you believe, he shouldn't have said it. Wait a second. Why would he say that? If he was an universal person to heal and to save and be a savior of humanity, why would he make such a statement? The statement, a categorical statement saying his mission is only limited. So
where does it say at this point? Where does it say that?
You assume
you're the one who's claiming that.
Okay, so at this point, he understands that his mission is limited.
It's not limited. It's limited.
Excuse me. At this very moment, with the interaction with this Canaanite woman, his statement reflects that his mission is only to the Israelites who are lost, not to the Canaanites, not to the Gentiles.
And he didn't.
Did he understand that?
By the way, he didn't heal everybody that was sick around that time.
He's God.
He's God, but he didn't.
You have to heal everyone.
He didn't heal them.
Yeah, only the Jews.
Only
the Jews.
The ones.
That's what we're telling you.
My point is this: the ones that came to him. If an Israelite woman came, would he say no? If that was an Israelite woman, what do you think? If she was a Hebrew woman?
I think he would have helped her.
Good.
That's my thinking.
Good.
Yes, good. Your thinking is reasonable. Your thinking is reasonable.
You can deny that, but he did.
Because according to his statement, he's come to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, that response that he made, was she satisfied? She wasn't satisfied because her daughter needs healing. So what she does, she comes along and kneels before him. Lord, help me, she said. What did he do then? He replied, it is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs. So he says, it's not even my right. Do you realize now that?
Duty.
First of all, it's not my obligation or my duty. I have no right whatsoever to give the message that I come to the children of Israel and give it to the Gentiles in a metaphorical way. He said, it is not right, it is not proper, it is not even possible for me. I do not have the capacity. I am not able to. excuse me, what does it mean? It is not right. Okay, you can explain because this is my understanding. You can explain to us.
We have a different.
Okay, what does he mean when he says it is not right?
At this moment,
Yeah.
it wasn't right.
What wasn't right?
That he would help this woman because he was sent to the Jews at this moment.
So at this moment, he had no right to help anyone else apart from the Israelites.
Who gave him this right? I thought he was God. He should have.
So with your understanding,
limited
with your
in his rights.
understanding that there's one point. Okay, okay. So what happens then?
He's able to choose that.
Then what happens?
He died, he chose to die.
Let's have one conversation.
Let's understand this. So what happened? So he replied, first of all, look, he ignored. Then he responded saying, look, I didn't come for you. She insisted and says, look, it's not even right for me to do that. And she kept on begging. Next thing she said, okay, look. Yes, it is, Lord, she said. Even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. So if you visualize it, when people are eating, breadcrumbs and everything falls from the table. Yeah? And the dogs who don't sit on the table, or they have no right to eat, they can just collect the crumbs and eat. She is even using this language of saying, but at least, wait, at least. So we've come to the fourth situation. Then Jesus said to a woman, you have great faith. I like chocolate.
Because the women were persistent in believing that he has the power from God to heal the people, then he healed. So what we understand from this here is the mission of Christ, according to his actions and his words, are only limited to a specific group of the Israelites. This is what he's clearly categorically saying. You, instead of taking this a limited message of Jesus Christ, you take it to be universal.